Today we're going to focus on illness and empowerment.
Has your illness left you feeling disempowered in some way?
What would it mean to you to feel slightly more empowered than you currently feel?
We've both experienced how tough it is to stay empowered while dealing with a chronic illness.
In the following video, we discuss how your mindset can be altered in a way to help you feel more empowered. People who are battling chronic illness can often feel disempowered. Many long-term conditions can rob a person's sense of authority, control and influence. This will often lead them to feeling weak, ineffectual and marginalised. Perhaps you have experienced something similar.
Maybe you once enjoyed a more dynamic life, pursuing a dream career, engaging in physical activities, or being at the center of an active social group. Due to the nature of chronic illness, life begins to get smaller. As necessary these restrictions are, the emotional and psychological effects can often be very damaging. A disrupted working life can lead to a loss of purpose. The abandonment of hobbies can leave you deprived of fulfilment. Lack of social interaction can make you feel irrelevant. Suddenly, you're not feeling like you're in control of very much.
We have both experienced similar feelings of disempowerment ourselves. Through research, working with others, and our own experience, we suggest considering several exercises. While these interventions may not alleviate your physical symptoms, they can certainly enhance resilience and feelings of empowerment, which have been linked to improvements in medical outcomes. Remember that disability does not have to mean disempowerment.
Here are 7 steps to an empowered mindset with chronic illness. Number 1. Identify triggering events. To overcome feelings of disempowerment, it's helpful to first establish what events are triggering them. Think about all the situations where your diagnosis has limited or kept you from living as you used to. Many of us, for whatever illness-related reason, are forced to alter key parts of our lives. For example, maybe you're being forced to stop working because of your illness. Another trigger may be not being able to perform a whole range of physical activities, everything from daily activities like household chores to taking long walks, yoga, or running. Alternatively, you may be feeling lonely, isolated, or left out because you're not able to have the same social life as before.
Number 2 is to examine your thoughts. Now, this second stage requires you to reflect on what you really think about these triggering events. They can often influence a whole range of limiting thoughts. For example, your thoughts about not working may lead you to thinking that you are no longer useful or valuable. Thinking about your physical limits might create thoughts about you being incapable. A scaling back in your social life could lead you to thoughts about being less relevant or important.
Number 3. See the link between your thoughts and feelings of disempowerment. Next, it's time to examine the emotional effects of these thoughts. For example, not feeling valuable or important to anyone can be linked to feelings of loss or despair. These in turn could reinforce the viewpoint that you have very little power and control. However, it's important to realize that these feelings do not originate from the actual events, but rather the thoughts that you have about those events.
Number 4 is examine the actual evidence. Once you have identified the impact certain thoughts have upon your feelings, search further and analyze the validity of these thoughts. How much evidence is there that you are actually incapable or unimportant? Is it possible that there are some contrasting pieces of evidence?
Number 5. Establish if there is any middle ground. Very few things in life are either all or nothing. With most issues, there's usually some middle ground. It is unlikely that you're capable of everything or incapable of anything. Think about which areas in your life might you still feel capable or important.
Number 6 is to focus on what you still can control. Now, illness is a time when you lose control over many aspects of your life. It is probably safe to say that you did not choose to fall ill in the first place. It was not something you could control, and perhaps you cannot fully control your pain, your fatigue, or recovery time. However, think about what you still do control. Is it your resilience levels, your coping skills, educating yourself as a patient? There will be something.
Number 7. Trial and error. Make a list of areas in your life you still feel you can handle. What activities are you still physically or mentally capable of doing? What will your strength, energy, or pain levels still allow? In other words, adapt a trial and error approach. Take pride in discovering what works or doesn't work. Use this information to plan your next action steps.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Did you like the ideas? Do you have any ideas of your own? Is there anything different which you would like to see us cover?
If you like what you heard, we ask you to support this channel by clicking the thumbs up on this video and hitting the subscribe button. Please also use the share button to pass this information around to anyone who may benefit from it.
Check out the written blog version of this video by clicking the link below and visiting our website. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter under Empower Illness Coaching. To find out more about who we are, feel free to visit the video about our illness journey.